What's up? I'm Patrick and welcome to ISW Reacts. Today I'm reacting to NEMOPHILA Zen. This was requested by Motomech. Thank you so much for your support. You're amazing. I really appreciate it. They wrote in their message that this is a freight train of a song with no chorus, no bridges, and not much of a breakdown. If not their heaviest, certainly their most brutal song. And that sounds great. I loved what I've heard by NEMOPHILA so far. I loved the way they always blend heaviness and catchiness in the songs I've heard so far, and their heavy parts definitely were heavy, so I'm really excited to check this really brutal song by them out. If you want to be like Motomech and support me and my channel, you can check out my Buy Me a Coffee page where you can request songs, or you can check out my Patreon where you can find some exclusive content and other things. Check it out, the links are in the description if you're interested. Thank you very much. Before we start, please also leave a like, consider subscribing, and now let's just get into it. Yeah. Oh yeah. It is really heavy, I love it. Nice. Back into the heaviness. Ooh, nice melodic lead. Wow, that was so cool. It was pretty brutal, heavy, aggressive, really energetic and forward driving. Yeah, a song that just throughout makes you want you to headbang and to move. I love it. I would even say this, besides their typical like metalcore or melodic metalcore vibe, it has influences of groove metal maybe, because it has like this infectious rhythm and groove throughout the song with great heavy rhythmic guitar riffs and this constant energetic forward driving drums, broken by those breakdown sections that change the pace and are my highlights for the song. I've said it a couple of times, I love a good breakdown, and this had like a couple of moments with like those great breakdown sections that were really catchy and really fitting rhythm wise and to the groove, and bringing like a lot of diversity in this song that's, like I said, throughout the rest of the song, really forward pushing, and then those breakdowns cut through that and give a great variety. I love the different melodic leads the guitar plays in those breakdowns, because they create a great atmosphere in this really heavy aggressive parts. And of course there are cool guitar solos again, two very different kinds of solos or riffs directly after one another. First the guitar solo with like higher notes, pretty technical, some dissonances, and then like a lower riff that's leaning more into this groovy vibe of the rest of the song, and that leads to I think the last breakdown then with another different melodic lead guitar that's really cool. The drums are of course also really fitting in those breakdown sections, those typical metalcore rhythms, but in the rest of the song really supporting this forward pushing drive that the song has, really energetic with great snare accents and pretty cool fills to transition into the next part. And of course a really raw, aggressive vocal performance that's really impressive. I think she has a great unique tone and delivery of her unclean vocals. I think I've said it in my previous reactions, but I really dig that, because it's definitely her own sound and really intense and punchy and almost like putting a lot of emotions into those unclean vocals, which is not easy to do, but it's still so controlled and so fitting to the song that it's really impressive. She also shows a little bit of the range of her harsh vocals in this one, from like more mid-range to pretty high screams, to emphasize some parts and put highlights even with the vocals. That was really great. And I also like the very small part in this song where they kind of take a pause, take a break from all the heaviness and the groove, and there are just a few clean vocal lines, and also the instrumentation changes, and it's creating this kind of ethereal atmosphere also to break through the song and change it up, and then it goes right back into this groovy, heavy riff, and still that part is flowing in so seamlessly, and that's really cool. The lyrics are also very creative, I think. It's just a lot of like existential questions after one another, kind of as a, I don't know, wake-up call or challenge to the listener, to, answer to those questions, everyone for them individually, and as like a reason to ask yourself those questions, like, what do you believe in, what's your identity, what do you want, and like stop just letting everything happen or not think about those things, but to take this as kind of an inspiration to have a good look at like those existential philosophical questions. Stop finding excuses to avoid them and start to kind of consciously choose your own path and confront what you believe in and who you are. So I really like that theme and that idea of a song. Like I said, I think that's really creative and also really important. I also like that it's still kind of playful, because of course there are topics mentioned or questions asked that are, I don't know, maybe about emotions and like deep beliefs and about self-awareness and maybe emotional honesty. But on the other hand, they're also deliberately like going a little over the top to kind of show like no question is off limits, like something about are there aliens or something, I think they asked. So showing, okay, it's like a lot to think about. Not everything is like as deep as those questions about loneliness or something. But I really like it because it really shows a lot of different perspectives and sides. So like I said, loneliness, maybe isolation, love, but also like destiny, fate, and also empowerment. Like do you want to change something? And it's just a really big and round picture of like existential philosophical questions. I really like it. Thank you so much, Motomec, for this request. I had a lot of fun. This was great. This was a great, heavy, aggressive, raw, groovy song with awesome guitar riffs in those groovy forward driving sections, but also amazing breakdowns with still a melodic edge throughout the song, a great energetic raw vocal performance. By the way, also I saw supported by the like backing vocalist that did a great job too. I wanted to mention that as well, because I think that was important for that performance to kind of keep it going and maybe give the lead vocalist some breathing moments, and also pretty cool lyrics that get you thinking. And I kind of like the mix of this really heavy, intense music and those existential questions. It's almost like they're throwing those questions into your face with all their energy, kind of saying like, think about that now. And I think that's pretty cool. That's very creative. And I loved everything about this song. Please let me know what other songs by them I should check out, or if you have any other artists you would like me to react to, please also let me know. If you enjoyed this, please leave a like, consider subscribing, and thank you very much for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.